Welcome to Teaching Orchestra. In this episode, I'm going to be going over Sandstorm by Eric Branchfield. Sandstorm is published by one of my favorite publishing companies, Grand Mesa. I really love the work that Dr. Walter Cummings has done in the field of music education, and I think that he's found some really great composers to collaborate with. And under his publishing label, they absolutely nail it when it comes to writing music that's fun to play and also has a lot of educational value. Sandstorm is the first work that I've done on this channel that isn't on the Texas PML. And I'm of the mantra that you teach what you know, and a lot of what I know is on the PML. But Sandstorm is one of the most popular off-the-list pieces that I see. And I taught it to my students recently, and they really enjoyed playing it because, it's in the Phrygian mode and it's programmatic and it has exciting, lots of energy and multimeter, and they really like to play it. In my teaching philosophy, I like to program a lot of works with a lot of technique, and I use them as my vehicles for teaching technique. And if you know me, I don't like using method books. I quite often teach by rote. So I have to carefully program concert music that contains the technique that fully encompasses the curriculum. To use an analogy in nutrition, since my students have a primary diet of concert music, I need to make sure that the pieces that we play have all of the RDA nutritional value that they need. And I feel like Sandstorm is like a superfood because you can play it as is and teach a wide variety of techniques. And you can also have your students play it in different ways. For instance, almost the entire second page of the score in the first and second violin parts here, this can all be done in third position. So you can teach position work, you can teach the string crossings, you can teach a lot of different things with the same piece of music. But I'm going to go over that in separate videos to dig deeper into it, but I just wanted to demonstrate the potential of this work for this overview video. Just a bit of background on the composer, Eric Branchfield. He has a pretty wide musical background. He has degrees in music education and instructional technology. He's taught music for nearly 3 decades. He's composed almost 20 works just through Grand Mesa, and he's also worked with the Wind Repertory Project. He marched in the Madison Scouts, and he has an interest in drum and bugle corps. He's currently an elementary teacher in the Pennsylvania area. And just a pro tip for inspiring composers, take a page out of Eric Branchfield's book. Go out and have cool experiences so you can have cool stuff to write about. Eric Branchfield likes to go scuba diving and traveling and having fun adventures with his family. Sandstorm is a really cool piece, but I would highly recommend that you wait until your students are ready before you program it. And this is a point of contention that sometimes we get into in our school districts when you've got second-year students who play a grade 2 or even a grade 3, but they play it under tempo and they often don't learn all the technique, and it kind of takes all the wind out of the piece, and you could have saved it for later on in their playing careers. I could see Sandstorm as definitely being like a 2+, probably not a 3, but it does have some tricky rhythms. It has some mixed meter. It has some chromaticism, and it's fairly long and has a wide range of dynamics. So this could definitely be a 2+. So think about the comfort level of your students. Think about their strengths and weaknesses and their techniques. What do they know really well? What aren't they as comfortable with? How long do you have to teach this piece? These are all factors that you want to take into consideration, and not with just this piece, by the way, but for all pieces, and make sure that you're doing it justice by having enough time to dig into the technique and still have time to teach phrasing. Okay, in my next video, I'm going to go over strategies for teaching rhythm and take a look at some of the bowings and do some different options for how you could teach Sandstorm. So I hope to see you in the next video.